It's your own version of an Antiques Roadshow.
Actually, I would like to say that Antiques Roadshow, we actually proposed that.
Really?
And it was 15 years ago, and they said the red green show is the only show that they can consider.
Well, how did you become an expert at this? How have you learned how to appraise these things and discover their meaning and their value?
Well, I have absolutely no memory whatsoever when it comes to some of these things. So I'll have to look at someone and...
He called me Joe.
And I hope they're wearing a name tag.
All right.
And but we had a company called Homesteaders Company, and we took care of people's homes.
Okay.
And there was a home that was having an estate sale in it, and there happened to be this brand new Steinway Baby Grand Campbell. Still had the little red pads on the feet.
Right.
And we were in taking care of the home, and I looked at it, it said $2,500 on it.
Yeah.
And I looked at this and I said, boy, that's awful cheap. So I called the bank that was having the estate sale.
Right.
And they said, you're going to be stepping on a lot of toes. So, and I said, well, I think it's worth a lot more.
Yeah.
And it turned out that I did the appraisal on it, and that was my course.
I thought you were going to tell me you got the piano for $2,500 bucks.
No, I'm not done yet. The piano appraised out at $15,900. Had less than 10 hours of playing it. I put in a bid for $9,000 or $7,000.
Right.
I got it. Kept it for 7 years, and the day my son turned 2, he tenderized the side of the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Was about to hit the piano. The next day I sold it for $19,000.
So you did okay on this.
Oh, I fantastic off of it. Yeah.
What is typical of a caller to your show when you lose? What are they attempting to discover?
Well, everyone wants to know if they have that true hidden treasure. They've got that $1 million item. They'll call. Look at the board guy. He gets a little frustrated with certain things, and you know, someone might have a 25-cent item, and someone might have a $200,000 item.
Yep.
What do we got there?
I'm going to read a letter to you while you examine this. All right, please be careful. It belongs to the Pawlenty, Governor Pawlenty. This is not a joke like last year where we dropped something, so don't drop it.
Can I put this on here?
Yes.
Oh, by the
Let
way,
me read you this letter. It's very hard to
Before you do that, before you do that, I want to give you a couple of T-shirts from the Bayfront Blues Festival.
Wonderful, thank you.
The gentleman who owns it, thanks you very much for all of the advertising.
Yeah,
The advertising.
give him some plugs. Here, use this shirt right now for that figurine.
Oh.
This is the governor's. Well, this is not a bit. This is, Governor Pawlenty's wife wrote the following: Joe, I am sending with Tim this figurine that I got as an 8-year-old. It was made by my grandfather in California for my birthday that year. Last year, while Tim was on your show, I met the appraiser, meaning you, and we talked a little bit about this piece, and it turns out that my grandfather was a recognized artist at the time for this factory. I said that if I remembered, I would bring it next year, but my schedule conflicts with this day, so I'm sending it with Tim. Please have it looked at and see if there is any value over and above what the piece means to me personally. This is the only thing I have left to remember him by. I look forward to my grandchildren enjoying this figurine and its story as much as I do now. When you are done with it, please give it to one of your staff and I will make arrangements for pickup. Thank you for doing this, and I will be listening, Mary Pawlenty. Unfortunately, if she's listening, she'll have to be streaming it online. Right?
She'll get the information.
All right. So, Lou Campbell, you are holding a figurine that was given to Mary Pawlenty as an 8-year-old.
Do you remember what her maiden name was?
I don't.
Well,
but her grandfather made this figurine.
Well, we were talking about this last year. There was a California company that had this. It says California Inc. on the bottom, and it gives a number, but it's signed by an artist. And the neat thing about it is that if it's her grandfather's oil paintings are now selling at $50,000 to $75,000.
Okay, let me write that down.
So the oil painting.
What's his name, if you're understanding this correctly?
Well, if I can.
You want a pair of cheaters?
No, I brought some.
All right,
I brought some. So if I remember correctly, there's an O and a P on here, and it's Oliver Peterson.
Okay.
And I remember her and I talked about this in the back there while she was commenting about Tuesdays with the governor having supper. Or Wednesdays, I should say, date night.
And you say what the name again? Olin Peterson?
No, Oliver Peterson.
Oliver Peterson.
Oliver Peterson.
All right.
And great Midwestern name.
Yep. That sounds like that would be Mary's Name, huh? Mary Pawlenty.
Yeah.
So a neat piece. Artwork like this. Did anyone else see this? Did Rookie come out and see it, or?
He wouldn't know what he's looking at.
Oh, really?
Well, what is it?
Well, it's a figurine that was done back in the, like,
I don't know how old the First Lady is.
Well, this was
she's
probably
young.
done
She's
in,
probably
Very
48,
young.
45.
That's a good.
this was probably done in the 60s.
In the 60s.
And from what I can gather, looking at this piece, similar pieces like this probably sell in the maybe $500 to $700 range.
Okay.
But you know, there are some things that you're always concerned about.
Right.
What were you
And
concerned?
that's chips and cracks, because those are the things that are going to make a difference.
Yep.
You know, you can tap it a little bit to see if you can.
Oh! You can't tap it.
I told you this wasn't a
Joe,
hit. Huh?
Joey got you.
I'm writing all this down thinking I gotta get all this information to her.
What have you written down?
I put down Oliver Peterson, oil paintings,
50
I
to
got the whole
75
thing.
grand.
Lou, you shit dog. Who wrote the letter, Lou?
Yes, I
Oh, man.
I can get you my punctuation.
Oh, God almighty. And I'm thinking she wrote a pretty good letter.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, you really got, that's better than
Tap the
last
head right
year.
out. I hope you brought the right one, Lou, and it wasn't the expensive one that you just.
Jeez. And here I was going to look, and I'm saying, now be careful.
Hey, this is serious.
I really played into your hands.
It took probably about 3 months to put this whole thing together.
What's this worth? About 79 cents?
Actually, when I owned it, before it got broken, it was it was probably worth about $50.
Oh boy, that is funny.
And this is, you guys are going to keep this. You're going to glue it back together.
Yeah.
Keep it with the letter.
Yeah.
I think that'd be something. We got you, Joe.
No,
really
we'll send it back to the first lady. No problem.
How do you put this? Just like that.
That's just
Super glue.
a little super glue. Hold that back on there. Really
Oh,
good.
that's fantastic.